Welcome, guys, to Mundo Madness Monday. How you guys doing? I'm running a little bit behind here. I got to get myself set up. Wee-ha! It is time to get set straight. Yes, we are gonna party like it's 1999, Titan. Let's get it and cap this off. Some good stuff right here, guys. Okay, so as I say, I want to talk about future saber designs. And while we're talking about that stuff, man, I'm gonna kind of work on getting this recharge port wired up here tonight too. While we're talking about that, so right now I just have the positive terminal on it, and I'll get the other two as we speak and as we talk along. Charlie, I'm on bad to you, guy. Yeah, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you, Titan. You guys for stopping by, man. I really in love with the fact that you guys can hang out with me here on a Monday night, man. Because that is so cool. I really do appreciate it a lot, man. And I know Space appreciates it too because the more people that we got hanging out, the better, man. I mean, it's always a party with more people. So, mm, cheers. Oh, that's so good, honey liquor. Woo, man. I tell you, make it good. All right, let's get this conversation going. So, I want to see. I want to see some really innovative, different designs come out. And the coolest saber designs that I've seen that came out, hearsay, um, lately is the Ahsoka Tano type sabers, Balin Skull and his apprentice, right? So those are really cool, super designs. And I've looked at certain. If you go on Pinterest and you search up lightsabers, right? And you're gonna see all kinds of saber designs on there. I would like to see if Disney would actually come up, look at those, and actually make some of those designs. Um, I've seen, man, I tell you, there's so many designs out there, and so many people that are actually laser etching, the sabers as well, right? But I think I want to see some, High Republic and Old Republic lightsabers come to life on the screen. Okay, and I think there's a few of the movies that are going in production right now. And this is hearsay, so don't quote me on that. Okay, but I think there's a Old Republic and a High Republic movies set in motion to come to get done. But with those concepts, I don't know what Disney's doing right now as far as how far along they're going to get the movies coming out. Whether they're in production at the moment as we speak, whether they're still casting for those productions, whether they are um and like I'd like to see something along the lines like Naomi Sunrider. Yeah, if you've heard some of those stories, like I have a lot of audio books, right? And one of the very first, I think it's the Dark Empire or something like that. I think uh, is what I was listening to the other day, and it's in the beginning stages when the Jedi were beginning, so to speak, right? And one of the main characters that I was listening to is Naomi Sunrider, along with her husband, his brother, and they come and they one of their adventures was that they go and they meet up with this queen who had actually taken over for a king, but she is more like a dark Sith, or kind of like what was those witches, right? She's kind of like that, and so she summons up some kind of dark Sith. Oh gosh, what was his name? See, Frieden Nad, right? Frieden Nad. So I was like, it's a really good story. And forgive me, guys, if I don't remember all these names too well, because like my head has just been spinning around with everything that's going on. So I'm like, no, my brain is on fire, fire. Uh, all right. So right now I'm gonna grab me some 22 gauge gray wire here, so that one is gonna be for the board negative on the recharge port here. And JT's in the house. What up, Freedom Ned from the Tales of Jedi comic book run? Yeah, there you go. There you go, JT. You see, now I want to see. I'm hoping Disney will make these movies or shows. BK, you ready to party? Come on. Oh, BK, I did. I bought the gin font today, dude. So I like, man, I know I need to get it, so I bought it today. I thought you were talking about Dawn of the Jedi. Woo! Yeah. Well, that too, man. Um, that too. Well, we're gonna talk about all those things, JT. This is not just a one way thing, man. Oh, I haven't installed it yet. I just got home. I installed. What did I when I bought it, I was at work, man. I just got home not too like a couple of minutes ago, dude. I got home probably about 20 minutes ago, long enough for me to get dinner ready for the wife and myself, eat real quick, and then get on here. I mean, I was like, man, fast. So it's like, um, as a matter of fact, I may go ahead and download it into the computer here in a minute while we're talking. So I'll download it and then I'll see if I can get I'll get it. I'll see if I can get it fired up for the show, man. I'll do that. I'll do that. But right now I'm gonna work on the recharge port here real quick while we're talking. But I want to see some really innovative designs from Disney as far as I think if they go on to Pinterest and look up some saber designs and pick some of those out and actually build some of those, um, I think that we could see some really badass stuff on the shows, right? And I'm looking forward to seeing uh what kind of armory that they're gonna have when they show like the beginning stages of the Jedi when they were still using, metal swords, right? Metal blades, and then the transition from the metal blades to the laser swords, right? So when the blades they leave behind the metal and the steel, and it just becomes how did they figure on getting that kind of technology into a lightsaber, right? I want to see that transition, how they did that. I think that would be a good movie to show how the Jedi went straight from steel, metal, and to all the way to just laser and all of that. I think there would be a lot of critics, and I think I want more environmental oriented sabers. Current Horns Hill was, oh yeah, yes, that would be kind of cool, JT. I think you'd be, I think that'd be good too, man. I really do. I think the more that we have stuff like this, the more interesting stories that'll be told. I believe. I can't, I can't imagine that. I'm gonna get out of the picture here for just a second. I gotta turn on my my air fryer. No, my iron, my soldering iron. I call it my air fryer, man. um, I seem to think that if who's chiseling over there coming to show the acolyte, oh, I am, dude. I can't wait to see it. I want to see what they're gonna come. I, do you honestly believe that they're gonna have the Lost Acolyte saber on there? I don't know. That'd be kind of cool, right? To see Cal's Lost Acolyte saber on there. That would be badass, dude. Yeah, BK. I am too, man. I can't wait to see it, dude. I really can't wait to see it. Yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty badass itself. Whew. All right, all right, all right, all right. Let's see here. Man, and last night I was working on the memory saber and stuff. Right now, I pulled all these wires right here, and I actually got. If you can see right here, I put that single LED right here for the accent LED. I'm still hoping for a brave soul to design a Christmas story saber. You shoot your eye out. Oh, Charlie, dude. That'd be funny as hell. I think that'd be a blast, though, man. It'd be a lot of fun. And I think Jay DeLorean or even you, BK, or one of the sound font makers, man. I bet you have a blast making that font, man. They have a blast making that font. You gotta be leg walk about this. Okay, guys, I'm gonna put my don't be I gotta put my old man glasses on right here so I can see what the hell I'm doing in terms of getting the stuff all soldiered. I tell you, man. I feel like Megtooth right now where he says I get the old man goggles on. Speaking of uh Megtooth, man, he seems to be doing really well and stuff. And have you seen the quillions that he made and stuff lately for that cross guard? It's wicked, man. It is really wicked, dude. And that cross guard that he's making is just nice. Super nice. Yeah, that magnification. A million, yeah. I need it, dude. I need it like I need a hole in the head already, man. So what happens when you turn almost 50, dude? You know, I'm telling you. Like without it, things are blurry right now. Cause I even don't have my glasses on with me right now. Let me see here. Do, 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 do. I think right across and um dee, 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 dee. And let me see. Yeah, BK, I'll probably end up getting some more fonts from you after a while, man. I'm gonna have to go through those again, see which ones I don't have, and I'm gonna probably download some more, but not this week. This week was just one for this week, and then probably next payday get another one or two. Let's see. Um, I'm thinking, you know, I want to see in like the High Republic type hilts. Wait till May 4th sale right around the corner. Okay, I'll wait. That's not a problem. I wanted that one gin right now, man. I was like, I gotta have it. I was like, I was at work. It's like, I got a break in between. I'm gonna do something. Yep, I got it. I'm gonna take it. I was like, I know I haven't had one yet, and I still haven't had any Qui-Gon Jinn's saber fonts yet. So Actually, BK, your font is the first Jin Qui-Gon Jinn that I have. So yeah, love it. I'm gonna love it. And out again, like I said, I want to see what they're gonna come up with on these High Republic kilts, and also the what up, Titan? Titans are marvelous, marvelous. Everybody's marvelous. Here, I'll put it like that, Titan. We'll go it like that. So JT, what you got going on, man? You got everything? You got any new sabers to brag about? Any new things coming on along your way? Um, maybe some stuff you picked up along the way, Mr. Gray. Who? Okay, BK, JT, Titan, Charlie. What kind of sabers do you guys want to see coming out in the movies? I wanna pick your brains there for a second here, and I wanna see what you guys are wanting to see. Um, I'd like to see you know after the beginning stages of that, after they actually do the first saber, the saber with the backpack, right? I wonder if they would get like that saber that oh, what's his name? Hacksmith did. So if they grab one of those, right? Like the steampunk type saber. I think that'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Right? Or one like the MacGyver, a MacGyver saber. Hmm. uh, all right, let's see here. Close that down and reopen it and get into my email. Let's see. I don't care what kind of saber. I just want to see some good choreography with fights like the prequels. Fast-paced fights. Hmm. Now, BK, do you think they're gonna actually have some really good training fights in those movies, or do you think that it could be like maybe slow and build up to the speed to make it more interesting? In other words, I mean, they'll probably make it like boring in the very beginning of the movie and then build up to the fights, right? The Wookiee saber with the nameplate of Lumpy from the Holiday and Charlie. But the Wookiee saber would be pretty badass, right? To see that on screen like that. I'm loving the Inquisitor hilts and gotta get some of those. Titan, those are pretty wicked too. I have to admit, I didn't like them at first, but man, if it's produced by Disney, they're gonna fuck it up. Yeah, I believe that, BK. I really believe that, right? Um, they haven't had a really good track record from that point, right? Um, I don't think they've actually had a really good track record going with their hilts and stuff. And let's see. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. No. Now, have you guys gone on to Pinterest and seen some of the designs on the lightsaber hilts in there? Now there's a few that I would love to really get made, and because they look so interesting, right? And there's a couple of sabers, and there's something I think saber. I don't know if it's from Deviant Art. I think it is that has some saber designs that look pretty badass, man. And some of the saber hilt designs from Deviant Art, if that's what I'm talking about, if that's what I'm looking at, are really look like MHS parts. A lot of those sabers look like MHS parts that you can be configured and everything, right? So I'm thinking that some of those would be, you know, if done extremely well to show up on Disney shows like that, they would it would blow my mind to see those things come to life, right? Because the person doing those, drawing those up or putting them out on Pinterest like that is just amazing. And the designs look really, really well. Let me see. Should be up here. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. There we go. So BK, yeah, I'm trying to get to the download. All right, download now. So that's what I'm doing right now, BK. I'm downloading the Gin font to the computer. The computer. What? What? Oh, Yoda's trying to speak. Oh, well, it is, man. Look, I got the Gin font. What are you talking about, dude? Well, I didn't try. I definitely got, man. Yoda's got a temper today, man. Yeah, Yoda got a temper today. Oh, and see, now he's deflecting. Now he's deflecting. I tell you, that's what happens when you get, a little grumpy old man, dude. Right? 900 years old, and he deserves to get grumpy once in a while, don't he? But then again, he was pissed in the other movies, weren't he? Open fire. We shall open the fire. Yeah, but you know what would make it really funny though? Oh my god! And here's my brain being really stupid, dude. And I'm telling you, my brain is so messed up right now. Can you imagine having some kind of hilt and somebody did some fonts with 80s cartoon characters in it, right? And I'm telling you, in Starfall, new Infinity Sabers look really sweet. Cool idea with interchangeable parts. Yes, yes, interchangeable parts. I think that might be the way to go for the future because the interchangeable parts is going to make it where it's not such a one-way street of a hilt. But then again, I like the idea where you can have a chassis that can go from hilt to hilt to hilt, and it's already wired up where all you'd have to do is plug it into all your different hilts, right? That would make it so cool. Okay, so let me see here. We're going to grab the saber here. Let me grab the SD card. Mm-mm-mm. Uh-oh. I have a problem. I do not see my SD card reader. Mm, let me see here. I shall find the SD card reader, and we shall proceed once that is done. Um, what about sound fonts, guys? Do you think with the new saber hills that are would come out that you think that there would be some sound fonts from these old and new republic type hilts? I think there would be, and but I don't know I think the sounding of them would be a little less uh I get the verb. Gosh, now my brain is going 100 miles an hour and my mouth can't even catch up to what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I need another drink. Okay, so the reverb, I think there would be a lot less reverb and a little less of the hum, maybe a little bit more high pitchy in the sound font, right? Um, depending on the character, right? Depending on the character. And if the character is really worth it, badassery, and that is not my. Mm-mm-mm, mm-mm-mm. Mundo is so disorganized today. It is unreal. Well, of course, that's what happens when you get home a little too late and you don't have anything prepared. Yeah, a lot of things going on. Let's see. Depends on what soundboard is in the Saber, and they usually come stacked with default fonts, and no default board comes with the Old Republic font, or not that I'm aware of. Yeah, but I mean, in the High Republic, um, I think those are gonna vary. Like, I mean, the variation between fonts, right? There has to be some superficial variation between the beginning of the fonts and well, the beginning of like the Jedi, beginning of the Sith, and the beginning of the Republic itself, right? I think it'd be interesting to see the development of the sounds from the beginning to where we're at now, the transition of each and every one of those sounds, the transition of each and every one of the hilts as they came out from character to character and based on what uh like what transitioned in terms of from master to apprentice when they honored when the apprentice honored the master by making some kind of hilt, some kind of saber that had uh some parts of their master saber, and then they made it their own, right? But in between any of that, after a whole new host, a whole new different set of rules for a whole different era, right? And I would want to see the transition of everything from, was it like really high pitchy? Was it really low pitchy? Was it in between pitchy? Well, it really couldn't be in between pitchy, really, because I think where we're at right now would be pretty much the normal middle part of where the beginning and the end was. And but the progression of these sounds, the progression of these hilts as they came out, right? The transition from metal blades to the laser swords and how the technology, how they came about this technology is, I think, would be stupendously, fun to see how they came about doing all of this different technology stuff had they not already had it to begin with, or they were in the beginning stages of it and how they came about it. I'd like to see the creator, the very first guy that made the very first transitional from metal blade to this laser sword and how he went about doing it. I think if they probably get some of these like astrophysicists and all of these different chemists and stuff like that to get together and just kind of mesh up kind of things for it, right? I think that would be kind of fun to see that into the movie, that where this guy is just building these laser swords from that point on. Let's see here. Man, and I really don't want to have to search for. Man, BK, I may not be able to do it tonight, buddy, if I don't find that uh, card reader of mine. And, and I was doing all kinds of work in here last night, and I tell you, it just eh, I misplace everything all the time. You know what? Probably I will find it when I'm not looking for it, right? More than likely that's gonna happen. So yeah, more than likely that's gonna happen to me because that usually happens uh, most of the time. I find things when I'm not looking for them, and when I'm looking for them, I can't find them with the crap. Even though I know it's close by somewhere, right? Sabers are now coming with 30-ish sound fonts. I always like a bunch of them. Yeah, Titan, I mean, 30 is okay. I mean, it doesn't seem like a lot at the time. Um, oh, hey, hold on here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy this right here. No, I don't want that. I just want this one. And copy and bring that down, down. And I'm gonna paste it here. And then when I paste it there, I'll put it into the BK folder. Um, yeah, so actually last night I was going into my computer and I was looking into my sound fonts, and I noticed that a lot of my sound fonts right here are pretty much scattered through my computer. 30 is too much. Yeah, see, I think the same thing, BK. 15, I kind of agree with you. I think 15 should be, pretty much done, over and done with, because I think if you have too much, you kind of take away from the characterization of the hilt itself, right? And I like to give the saber that much of a soul. Like, take the Vader for instance, right? I've got the master replicas Darth Vader, and I don't think, and this is my personal opinion, okay? With a Vader, I think you should have like maybe three or four different Vaders in terms of where you have all these different quotes on there. Maybe some subtle differences in the swings and everything like that, but you really should have the accurate swings and sounds of the Vader font itself. Vader, what Vader's saber is, and also that not necessarily Luke is gonna be on Vader's hill. I mean, even though it belonged to Anakin and he did pass that Graflex on down to you know down to Luke, and Luke got the Graflex. But you know, I would say more or less when Vader's actual hilt, Vader's hilt, shouldn't even have Luke on it, right? Um, unless it's to the point where in the movie where he's facing Luke, uh, and Luke is screaming, "No!" You know, that I think would be acceptable. Any maybe little quote, any little quote that Vader and Luke are together in the movie, that's acceptable. But I mean, Luke with Luke by himself or different Lukes and everything like that, I think it kind of takes away from the Vader hilt itself. In my opinion, nobody else's, okay? I just think that, certain hilts should stick with certain fonts, you know, and really bring the soul of that font out. Um, and I'm not dogging any how anybody does their sabers. I mean, for everybody who wants to do that, more power to them. Go at it, have at it, man. It's all fun. It's all fun, right? But if you really want that hilt to represent what it is, I think you should just have a few good fonts that represent that character individually and really make it shine that way, right? Now I have to admit, I mean, I'm gonna make like I have the Warlock, right? The Warlock is just um the Warlock. I mean, it is not one character saber, right? It's not a one character saber. So I can put different fonts on here, different stuff. Like I have to admit, the Undar Barbarian font from One Sith, and the what do you call it? Spaceballs font from Force, man. Oh my gosh, it's too funny, right? BK goes, I guess depends on how many sabers a person owns, and if they have only like one or two total, I can see them load up with 30 fonts. But if they have 10 plus sabers, then I'm sure that they will pick and choose fonts go on each hill. Yeah, see, BK, I'm thinking the same thing, right? I think for um for this one, I think I've got maybe 20. I think no, 21. I have 21, right? I'm not going to go with 30 fonts on here. I'm not. I'm just not. I don't even want to go through all that. I really don't. As much as I'd love to have that many fonts on this saber, I don't think I want to go through that many. To be honest with you, I want some good ones to really stick out. And I tell you, I really love. I really like the Spaceball one that Forrest did because it's so hilarious, man. And then the Thundar one was pretty dang good. Celtic Jedi, Jedi FX as well. And speaking of Jedi FX, man, he is hard to find. I don't know if he just doesn't do it anymore. It's kind of like in the stuff. Um, my screen went black for a second, man. Are you guys? Can you still hear me? I want to make sure that I'm still on. Let me know in the comments, guys, if I'm still loud and clear. Because I really, and I talk a lot about the souls of. Hey, Cole, what's going on, man? Some killer stuff you've been doing with the hilts, man. That shit is amazing, dude. That for anybody who hasn't seen Cole doing that laser etching on those hilts, it's just man, my God, it's getting choppy. Okay, No. Um, but yeah, Cole, man, I'm really enjoying all of that I've been seeing you do, dude. I mean, it's just amazing stuff that you're doing. Um, and just keep up the great work, man. I'm hoping I can see a lot more of that coming out. You know. Again, my goodness. I tell you, and this wind is getting crazy, man. So I can't hear anything outside with these in. Okay, I can hear just a little bit. I can hear just a little bit, but man, if I stop talking, I can hear it. But it's getting crazy out there. Getting crazy out there. Last week there was hail up in San Antonio, and I'm only a couple of hours away from San Antonio. But we never got hail down this way. So that what does that tell you, right? Um, let me see. I'm gonna put the hilt down here. I'll probably fire it up a little bit later, but um, hey Cole. So I wanted to ask you, man, do you what kind of sabers do you want to see come out in the movies? And shoot, maybe one of these days we can see your edge tilts uh up in the movies, dude. That would be badass, man, to see one of your hilts up in there. That would be cool. Let's see. And I'm gonna put this up. Nope. Bring this back this way. And oh yeah, so I'm working on recharge port right now, Cole. Just to get you up on speed. But I was talking about the hilts and what kind of uh what kind of hilt would you like to see in like these High Republic and Old Republic movies coming around, stuff like that? Um, do you think there would be a flagship? The Acolyte Saber? Yeah, more Inquisitors would be cool. Yeah, I think so. I think so too, Cole. The and I can't wait, man, because I really want to get that Lost Acolyte hilt from Cal. I'm gonna order one of those hopefully before Christmas, after May 4th. If I can get my money together and get it. I was supposed to have it for Christmas, but bills came first, so had to take care of bills first and then go back and try to get it right. So, but yeah, I'm super excited, and I think I may end up hitting up Tim from Tirfon to get his chassis for it because that looked like an interesting chassis. So I don't know if he'd be willing to do it or not. I'll see. I'll hit him up later on about it when after I get the hilt. You know. But I also want to get Kylo's hilt, and I've got to save up some money for that. And when I get Kylo's hilt, though, I'll probably end up hitting up Tano Sabers for it. Yeah, oh man, he's come up with some great stuff, dude. He's come out with some great stuff. His work is just impeccable. I mean, the chassis are amazing, man. And that's one of the things that I'd like to see in any of these movies. Uh, I would like to see chassis. I'd like to see, crystal chambers. See more of them using the force to putting the sabers together, right? I mean, we've seen some really good stuff in fan made films, and I want to see that. I want to see that within the Disney movies or shows. I think if Disney were to put any of those into the movies and shows, yeah. As a matter of fact, Cole, I was talking to him. Yeah, he's super. He's super badass. I was talking to him the other day and stuff like that, and I told him, I said, and I love the fact that when he comes on the show too, what's up, Jim? Howdy, howdy, sir. Welcome to the pot tay. The pot tay. Um, Tono is just amazing too. His work is pretty impeccable as well, right? And I love to see the stuff that he does because it is just pretty cool stuff. And let me see. I got to get this thing on here. Otherwise, I'm not gonna get it on if I keep procrastinating. And that is just my biggest problem. I procrastinate too much about things. Not that I can't, it just sometimes you get distracted, and I get distracted fairly easily. It's not my fault. Yes, it is. Damn it, it's always your fault. No, but I try to have fun with things, man. But when bills gotta pay bills first, fun later, right? Okay, that's too long. I need to cut it. Uh, I knew I was gonna make it long, and I figured I should. Yeah, never leave your leads too long. Never leave your leads too long. And I always tell myself, I'm still a damn newbie, and once I get things really going really well, then I can consider myself decent. But until then, yeah, okay, that's good. Yep, that's good. Hmm. So, Jim, I'm working on a recharge port here right now. Inspector. Oh, okay. Yeah. I just recently got my drawer organized. I actually got some drawers that were just full in my workbench, right? I've got one of those Husky workbenches, and I had everything all over the place, and I just could not just get it straightened out. And finally, I broke down. Okay, um, I'll tell you one of the things I got, and it's funny, man. You guys are gonna laugh at me, but it works. It works, and and I have to laugh at myself too, right? Because I've got a little vanity tray right here, right? I got a little vanity tray that goes, and I have such a big drawer in uh in this workbench of mine, right? So what I did was I took a component from, what do you call it? Uh, from from a toolbox, right? So I got this from a toolbox. I cut the hand part of it off, sawed it off, and I sanded it down so it fits right into my drawer. It fits into my drawer perfectly, right along with the vanity tray right here, right? So I'm able to fit like almost a lot of my tools right here in this vanity tray. And so everything's, not really well neat, but kind of decently neat, if I can call it that. Into my workbench drawer here. Battery tester and everything, man. Tell you. See. All right, all closed up. And then of course, my iron's up on top of it. And let's see, cut my scissors. My scissors. Did I leave my scissors in here? So, Jim, what kind of sabers would you like to see within these new movies coming up? Old Republic, High Republic kilts. Do you think they're gonna be good? You think they're gonna be bad? You think decent? Do you, if you're like me, how how big is the penetration? Uh, I'll have to talk to Carly Simon about that one, man. I tell you. You see, now, Cole, you know I'm old when I can mention that name, dude. Anybody who's old will know who Carly Simon is, right? You're not sure, huh? Have you ever looked at the saber designs on Pinterest, Jim? I was telling everybody earlier that, man, I swear they've got some pretty badass designs up on there. Now I'd like to see those in some of the Disney shows and movies, right? That come out. And you know what? I need to cut this at an angle. And there we go. Scissors. Uh-huh. And I'd like to see some of those designs come out in the Disney shows, Disney movies. So just to get a new variety of sabers coming out, right? You know what? Hold on. Get my old man goggles here. Old man goggles. So how's my voice coming out now? Is it coming out a little bit better? Is it getting less choppy now? I think the wind slowed down quite a bit here, so I don't know if it's gonna rain or anything. Oh, damn it. Faster, pussycat! Do the cover yours. uh, shit. Turn it around. Cover it up. Cover it up. Man, I'm gonna have to get another one. This thing didn't cover it all the way. Okay. Oh, so this one came off. Okay. And this one stayed on good. All right. Sounds fine. Now, as I was saying earlier, though, Jim, what do you think about like seeing the transition between the metal blade to what we have now in terms of the laser sword? Would you enjoy seeing a movie like that coming out? I think that would be an awesome if they do it right. I mean, if they do it right, I would love to see that transition come out really good. Um, from metal to laser sword, how the technology came about. No, you don't think that would be kind of a cool thing to see the transition? I think it'd be a little fascinating from, and I don't know who it, because I was listening to the Tales of Jedi, right? And with Naomi Sunrider and all that. And I think that would be kind of cool to also see like the first training session of how the Jedi started training themselves. Who was the first Jedi to train, the first master and the first apprentice, right? Or the first couple of apprentices in terms of their fighting, in terms of how they were doing things, and where we got to where we're at now. I think that'd be kind of interesting to see how we got to this point here in terms of the past. Okay, so oh, good. Okay, so two down. Let's see here. I should have done the red one a lot longer, but oh well, it's okay. I'm not gonna worry about it. If I find that I have to get a longer wire for the red, I can always take it off. How about a huge force only battle? That would be interesting, Titan. That would be really interesting to see that too. Um, maybe how they would actually, when they're learning the force, how they fight each other with just the force alone itself. That would be kind of cool, you know? Big, huge training sessions like that. That would be kind of cool. I mean, you never really get to see. We've only gotten to see how Yoda trained Luke. So I think that would be a good concept, Titan, that to see the training session, the Padawans, within the beginning stages of how they're learning to utilize the Force. You think, Jim? You think Star Wars is dead? Really? I think they can revive it if they go back to the beginning of it. I think it would be fun if they go to the beginning and not screw it up. You know, maybe Dave Filoni will kind of take that on and see how that goes. Jim, you really do think it's dead? You really do think so? I mean, look how long Star Trek has been, and I don't think Star Trek's going anywhere. Acolyte all messed up. Really? That's interesting that you say that. Cincy, what up? You ain't late, dude. You never late. You never late, my friend. Come on in. All is good. Trek is dead now too. Trekkie, man. So okay. Well, let me ask you guys. Let me ask you this, Jim. If Star Wars is pretty much dead, do you think so? Do you think that a lot of the stuff from sabers and everything is just gonna die down as well? You think that's in the future, or do you think that's gonna still stick? I mean, because you have all of these people that um that preview and do this and do that with the hilts on their channels, right? Um, no, the fandom will carry on. Yeah, I mean, of course, the fandom will carry on. But do you think the custom sabers will kind of flare down? Do you think they'll rise up? Do you think they'll stay stagnant? What is your thoughts on that? To me, I don't think it will flourish as much as it's been, but I think it's going to stay as a steady trend. Especially if you're going to have new generations coming into the Star Wars world, right? Now, if Filoni and all of those, if Dave Filoni does really well, it'll keep going. Yeah, and if Dave Filoni does really well, and you know Favreau helps him, I think we can actually get into some good shows. provided that they can keep up their pace with things. Especially like Ahsoka Tano, right? Ahsoka was pretty damn good show, in the beginning. So I think as long as Kathleen Kennedy doesn't have anything to do about it, oh, we should be fine. I mean, they're working so hard to get the fans back on, and they've almost done it. So yeah, so much in 20 years. Yeah, I believe it. I believe it, man. Um, and I've seen the changes with the technology as well. It's so funny because when I really started researching things in 2017, um, and I saw spaces stuff. Yeah, I actually I didn't even know that custom sabers were being built at that time. So it was crazy, man. It was crazy. Um, but the technology is and I think because I'm such a slow pace of things, um, getting into what I'm doing now kind of helped a little bit because when I started putting the sabers together, the technology was already better considering what space is done with the LEDs and stuff like that. It's just like so when I barely started putting mine together, the NeoPixels came out. I was like, whoa. And then you had the new boards, right? I barely even got you know, the Prism 5.1. And by the time I knew it, shit, the board was already a Prism 5.5. Have the chassis evolved most in the past couple of years? I think they have, Titan. I think the chassis have evolved so much because of the 3D printing. The 3D printing has made such a huge impact on how the chassis look these days. And, Tim from Tierfon and Benji from Nerf Herder, Jeremy from Solos. I tell you, each one of these guys have such great chassis work, right? And of course Cole that's on here is doing such great work with the sabers in terms of the laser etching. Now I wonder now, Cole, do you think that would you be able to do like laser etching on chassis like that? Something to that effect, or you think it would burn too much on the it would burn too much on the chassis? You would have to like power down the laser quite a bit. That would be. I wonder how that would kind of work out. But then again, he'd have to have like a metal chassis where he can do, the etching on the chassis like that. And I think with the metal chassis though, you'd have to lacquer it up pretty well with nail polish so that you wouldn't get any uh you wouldn't get any misfires and everything like that from inside there, inside the hilt, right? Metal touching metal, man. Burn up your board pretty quick. But that would be kind of interesting to see an all metal chassis, right? And well, of course, Jeremy from Solos did his, um, but the etching on it would be amazing. Um, but again, like I said, you'd have to put nail polish on it so you wouldn't get your board zapped and everything like that. But very nice. That would be, the 3D, like I said, the three again, and I'm saying it over again. Stop. Um, the 3D printing has really changed the game in terms of chassis. Yeah. No, you do not need to lacquer, but you would need to etch before installing electronics. Jim, you don't think putting a coating on it, would protect it even more. I mean, much like putting in like hot glue or E6000 or something on the leads of the wires so that it doesn't come in contact with the body of the saber, right? Electroplating 3D printed stuff is awesome. Ooh, I've seen some of those, Jim, and they look amazing too. Was it I think one of the ones was like almost like a gold electroplate on something? Brass or gold, whatever it was. It looked really good though. Really good. And um where is it? Mm, 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 mm. Let me see. I mean, it's just added protection, Jim. I think it would be just a little bit more added protection. But if you think it would be fine without it, then that's fine. Like the TCSS chassis like this, right? The 21700 chassis like this. I think that'd be kind of cool to see this electroplated, right, in brass and silver, maybe silver and gold. Um, it'd be kind of cool. Now this I just hand painted, right, and it's supposed to look like metallic, metallic gold or stupendous metallic gold. Who knows what the hell that is? But anyway, yeah, I just hand painted it. I did this last night. I guess it came out okay. I'm not super impressed with it, but I just couldn't stand to see it white anymore. It's like, what the hell? I'll just paint it silver and kind of gold. So it's just something to do, something to see, right? I'll need to go get some brass rods for it this weekend. That would be easy to electroplate in 3 or 4 hours too. Oh, really? Electroplate in 3 or 4 hours, huh? Is the stuff to get electroplating fairly inexpensive, or is it like expensive? Maybe I should learn some. Maybe I learn to do stuff like that. 3 or 4 hours in electroplating. That would be kind of cool, right? That would be kind of cool to do that. Depends on what does it depend on, Jim? Oh, well, I guess where you get the stuff from, the companies that you get it from, the regions. Let me see. Does everybody see? Now I've got all my paints in a box like this, right? Yeah. And I've got a box just like this also full of wire. Does everybody have like a cut wire box too? So let's see. Gloves, goggles, respiratory stuff, chemicals vary in price and due to precious metals. Oh, yeah. What did you say? The precious metals. Are they in powder form, Jim? Are they they would be in powder form, right? The precious metals. Eh. And think, oh, okay, can't use that one. That's for that tester right there. And let's see, do I have some are okay. Bins for the chemical wash. Oh man. So it sounds like there's a lot involved with it too, I guess, huh? So the price can get pretty pretty expensive there, I guess. I suppose if you're gonna do it really often, it'd be worth it, and if you're not gonna do too much of it, then it's not worth investing in, right? That's too small. Let's see. Look, alright, go about halfway. Um, Jim, you started electroplating, didn't you? Or not? Have you done it? I think you I think at one time you did mention that you had done it one time or something, haven't you? Oh yeah, you have to want to do stuff and not just a one off. Yeah, of course. Oh, you used to do it. Okay. What made you stop? I'm curious. It just not enough time for it? I'm sure that'd probably be the biggest factor of it would be time consumption of stuff. Hmm? Oh, you moved, and that's why you didn't do it anymore? Okay. Do you think you'd ever pick it up again or not, or more likely not? Boy, I tell you that wind is getting crazy out here. So if I get cut if my voice cuts out again, I do apologize. Like I said, it's getting crazy out there. Let's see what happens. Whoa. See, I've been kicking it around. Kicking it around, huh, from time to time. I think that that's the biggest factor with anything that people do, in this hobby is the time factor, right? And of course your daily lives, and as people don't, for the newbies that are coming on, and you'll see this a little bit later if you haven't seen any of my other videos. Um, a lot of people have regular jobs on top of this hobby, right? And they do everything they can to kind of work around with their work schedules on their spare time to work on this hobby. And you know, it's such I think time is such a luxury for a lot of people, right? If you're a person like me and then so many others where you're working 12 plus hours shifts, then luxury is you have such a short luxury of time, and to get everything done, and you know you have to pick and choose what you know what you're going to do, what you're going to accomplish for that time that you have. And you still have to balance your family life. You still have to balance everything else on top of that, right? Um, and so, for people who don't understand that within the hobby, those installers that come in and those font makers that come in that take the time out of their busy schedules to do this stuff, um, you know, you give them a little bit of time to do things because if they tell you something and they get busy with their daily lives, then you have to understand that this comes second hand, right? I mean, yeah, you might have to wait for a little bit, hopefully not too long, but at the same time, you got to understand that they have, regular lives on top of this stuff too. So, be patient. Isn't that what the Jedi teach? Patience. It is patience that you need. And sometimes I think I have too much. Sometimes I have too little. And that is too much. So I already have some on here. And let's see here. And I definitely want to see some new fonts come out as well. Anybody want to see some new fonts as well? Now let me see. I'm gonna see if my battery is charged up enough. I should have a good amount. I just charged it up last night, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I'm not sure what font I have it on right now. I know my blades, they haven't necessarily been working right, so I have to see what that's all about. But BK, sorry, I'll do the fonts. I'll add the fonts probably tomorrow because I'm probably gonna have to spend time looking for the SD card reader, man. And I don't know where it is offhand. It was up here and it's not. So either one of my kids took it, I misplaced it. Um, man, I don't even know where I put it right now. To tell you honestly, tell you the truth, probably have it somewhere I don't even remember putting it too. And so, mm-mm, I'll get it done though, and we'll hear it because I'll probably try to test it out tonight. Let's see. Uh-oh. It means let's see here. Okay, so that's not the SD card, did it? Is it? Oh, no wonder. That's not even the SD card that I have. What did it do with it? Damn it. You see, today has not been a good day, I tell you. Where is the SD card? Mm-mm. My bad, guys. My bad. Let me see. I'll find it here. Just a minute. Stands true what I said. See, when you're looking for things, you never find them. But then when you don't want to find them, then you see them. It's just unbelievable. Did it fall down? It's man, unbelievable. Oh, there it is. Ah, fell down off my table here. Jim says, I saw a video where a guy takes an 800 Damascus steel blade knife and through an electroplate 20-foot gold. Oh my god. In 20-minute video, 1 hour real time, the knife became an $1,800 knife. What? Wow. That is crazy. That is so crazy. $800 to an $1,800 that quick. Now I've got the some 80s stuff on here for sure, right? You just heard the He-Man font, right? Sounds good, but all you see like I like the blasters in this thing. There's okay. Ah, let's see here.
Sound menu.
Seismic charges.
Oh, I like the seismic charge one on here. That's pretty damn badass. The reverb on here is just phenomenal. Now you can see where it's breaking up a little bit here, right? Really smooth.
Sound menu.
The Vendari is pretty cool too, but we're
Barbarian.
oh, if you can see it is all like lit, and I'm not even have the blade on right now, so something's going on with the blades. No,
Barbarian.
Thundar is pretty good. The laser blasts in here are pretty good. A lot of 80s stuff, right? The gold permanently added wasn't chipped or peeled, just fantastic. Oh, dude, nice. It's got pieces of green in here, and then it's dead. I'm telling you, man. And my battery's fully charged. Actually, it's. Let's see. Let's see how much battery actually I just wasted right here.
Checking power level. 100% left.
Yeah, see, 100% left. So it ain't the battery. I think it's just something. I'm probably gonna have to replace the LEDs in here, and this is the one that Space sent me. So I'll send it back in here, and I'll end up yeah that, or he can show me tell me how to fix his blade, and I can do it. However he wants to do it. It's just that blade. Yeah, I think so. Well, see, because even the red one I've got is dead too. So the red one is completely dead for whatever reason. I'm thinking it might be just a PCB problem, right? Rich, no, it's the blade, man. I think it's just a PCB that probably needs to be replaced. Either the PCB or the wires in the blade. If you can look, I don't know if you can see it or not, but the um the red up in here right now, it I don't even have the blade on, and you can see the red light going on like this. You think it's the resistor? You think maybe the resistor burned out or something on it? Might need to replace the PCB or the resistor in the PCB. That could be it, right? So it could actually be that simple just to replace the PCB on the blade. Because I actually bought well two new PCBs, right? I bought two new PCBs. Check the data line. That too? Okay. I'll check them out. Let's see here.
Sound menu.
The classic room.
Oh,
The classic room.
Die.
see, only half the blade is working.
Die. Your thoughts betray you.
Yes, they do. Every time. Rich! I'm so glad you came on, dude. No, that's that. You think the board? It's the board? Really? You really think it's the board, Rich? Because I got this. This is, huh? Because this is the board that I got from what do you call it? TCSS. But they're the ones that wired it up, not me. Oh, it's a limit. Well, it's a limitation with the golden harvest, really. Hmm. So you don't think it's just the blades then? That's interesting. Yeah, well, but these are older blades, Rich. These are not his quad star and all that stuff. These are just the dual stars. These are just the dual stars. Try a regular LED blade. I only have the dual star blades. I don't have any other. I don't have the tri-star, and I don't have any quad star or anything like that. Nah, he sent me these, but these are just. Oh yeah, yeah. You thought it was a regular blade? I had the same issue with the original KR. Really? The blade, huh? But see, even with mine, my blade that I made, and um I got some, $30 LED strips from what do you call it? Off of Amazon, right? And as a matter of fact, right here, this blade right here, this just has, and it's doing the same thing. So all three of the blades are not even. working right. You know. Um, I don't think I have. Let me see. Oh, and I think I do actually. Let me see. See, and they work great. They work great for a little bit, and then after a little bit, they just stop working. Oh, that one is not it. Let me see. Maybe this one. Oh, is it is a firmware thing? Oh, firmware. Okay. Maybe I just need to update this one and see how that goes. I think one of these SD cards I don't have it updated. I probably do need to update that. That might help. Let me see. That one. See, now it'll work great for a good while. I mean, it's all the way lit. This is the one that I bought, right? This is well, this is the one that I made myself, and this one is you can tell it's not lit all completely all the way through, but this was my first blade that I built, and uh I got these off of Amazon for I think like 60 bucks, right? 30 bucks each. The LEDs were $30 each. And so
Sound menu.
I built my first blade, and this was the first blade I ever built. I want to build another one. Actually, I'd like to take this out
The classic loom.
Dark harvest.
and rebuild it. Go into the saber menu with space blade, point the saber down and twist.
Eternal Prince. Son of God. Cryocarbon. Guardian!
Data issues.
Balance.
Appears to be a standard sequence filing.
You went over my helmet?
Okay, I'm gonna do that. That one is hilarious.
I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes. Well, why don't we take a 5-minute break? Smoke if you got 'em.
I love that font.
Saber editor. Select mode.
Let's see.
Save and leave Saber editor.
Pixel number.
Saber editor. Save and leave Saber at color profile. Pixel number. Select mode.
Okay. There we go. It's all.
Tracking Saber editor. Select mode. Ignition type, retraction type, ignition speed, retraction speed, battle configuration, texture control, effect, spark swap, save and leave Saber.
See how it doesn't. It's kind of weird. I mean, this blade section is just kind of weird. It's dead in some spots and it lights up all the way in others. So I probably do need to replace the LEDs or the pixels in this blade. If I turn it on this side, you see how these are dead right here, and then these on this side are lit up all the way. Try the pixel number spaces blade. I'll probably work on that a little bit later, Rich. But yeah, uh, I'm gonna try to get. I'm gonna look for my SD card reader here in just a few minutes, and I just downloaded this afternoon BK's sound font, uh, the Qui-Gon Jinn one, and I want to put that on this saber tonight. So I was gonna do it here during the show, but I can't find my damn SD card reader because I put it where I don't remember. and I'm always losing stuff like that. So I'm gonna have to get off and probably look for it so that I can put it on the. Plus, I need to go see how the wife's doing. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and brand out, guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me tonight. Um, it was so much fun. You know, it's always a pleasure talking to you guys. Rich, Jim, Titan, Charlie, Cindy, Cole. Thank you for coming on, dude. Keep up the great work. Can't wait to see your next stuff. See BK, my buddy BK's in was in the house. I mean, thank you guys so much for stopping by, man, and hanging out with me on Mondays. Um, and for all the newbies that come out and want to hang out with us, if you guys want to be on the show, hit me up, man. So that way, when I set up the show, I can send you the link for the show, and well, we can have fun that way. And also, uh, as well for the newbies, if there's something that you want to talk about saber wise, hit me up on Instagram, hit me up on Facebook, Mundo Cabrera. You can on Instagram is Mundo Cabrera at Mundo Cabrera 7007. Crazy. Say that three times fast, right? And you can also email me at _Cabrera CABRERAIII at yahoo.com. And of course, if you love the channel, you know, make sure you like and subscribe to Space Windu. He makes it possible for me to come on here and talk Mundo Madness Monday Sabers with you guys. And it's always a pleasure to have you guys here, man. And anybody who wants to come on as well, hit me up. I'd love to have you on the show. And let's talk Sabers. Let's talk Star Wars. Let's have some fun, man. It's just a little escape for the everyday working man and lady. Felicia, if you're listening, I know you're listening. She probably so busy she couldn't come on, but I know she's listening on there, and she'll probably hit me up a little bit later. JT Lovecraft, man, thank you for coming on as well, dude. Um, it's been a while since you've been on, so thank you for coming by as well. And man, I tell you, I am so blessed to have you guys come on with me, and for the newbies that will be coming around. Uh, make sure that you guys have a good Monday. Make sure you guys have a great week. Be kind. Treat everybody with respect, dignity, and everything else in between. Love you guys. Mundo's gonna brand out. Thank you guys so much. Love y'all. And peace.
In here, we pour whiskey.